In this video, I'm going to show you how you and your loved ones will benefit from an astounding new organic powder known as HealthSil. Hello and welcome to the HealthSil Benefits presentation. HealthSil is Diatomaceous Earth. It's the only human-grade Diatomaceous Earth approved by the Medicines Control Council of South Africa. There's our registration number, 029868. It's also available now on the government intranet, Department of Health Code BC123. The product is 100% organic and it is both a mineral and a food supplement containing 84% silicon dioxide along with 14 essential trace minerals. So in this presentation we are going to discuss why we should be on a regimen of HealthSil, what HealthSil is, what it does, and the benefits. So why should we embark on a lifetime regimen of HealthSil? The answer comes in multiple parts. First of all, our food that once contained all the nutrients and minerals we needed no longer does that. Why is that? Well, farming methodologies have changed over the last few decades. And so we can see that farmers are spraying all kinds of dangerous chemicals onto our foodstuffs. And if they're afraid of them, surely we should be as well. The processing of food, whether it be in cans or ready for the shelves of supermarkets, is crammed with preservatives and chemicals. Supermarkets seem to be desperate to have the perfect looking fruit and vegetables on their shelves. Dr. Galen D. Knight is a world authority on the subject, and she recommends that we stay on a regimen of Diatomaceous Earth, human-grade Diatomaceous Earth, in this case HealthSil. She says for daily adult immune system maintenance in our polluted environment, one needs Diatomaceous Earth. She says that Diatomaceous Earth has been reported in the scientific literature to absorb methyl mercury, one of the causes of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. E. coli, endotoxins, viruses including poliovirus, organophosphate pesticide residues, drug residues, and protein, perhaps even the proteinaceous toxins produced by some intestinal infections. Pyrethroid insecticide residues probably also bind to Diatomaceous Earth, she says, since pyrethrins from chrysanthemum flowers bind to and are stabilized by this material. She says that individually, Diatomaceous Earth, pantothenic acid, L-cysteine, and olive oil have been shown to lower high cholesterol, while often also lowering triglycerides and LDL cholesterol, and raising HDL cholesterol. With these positive changes, using the individual nutrients, imagine what can be accomplished if all of these are made part of our daily nutritional program. And you can read that at vitaltherapeutics.org at your leisure. So certainly this is powerful reason for us to remain and be on a lifetime regimen of HealthSil. One, of course, understands that what we eat has an effect on our health, be that for good or be that for bad. The choice is ours. If our habits of eating are similar to our little friend over here, then we realize that there is no secret to why we get ill. It's because of what we eat, how much we eat and drink and smoke and so on. This, of course, leads to our illnesses. That's why we get sick. And when we get sick, we find ourselves running off to the doctor. The doctor gives us a good examination, and invariably he will describe some form of medication. We gleefully go to the medication, but seldom do we take out the little pamphlet that's inside it and read the side effects. And this group of doctors at this particular website shown here in the PDF report, this group of doctors show how the side effects of this medication is literally killing hundreds of thousands of people per year due to the error and other reasons. Certainly this is powerful motivation for us to look for alternatives, isn't it? Well, as if the toxins from these medicines weren't enough, you then get the bill, and yes, I too would draw a sad face if I was to be presented with the bills that they do today. There is, of course, another reason, and that reason is hidden in our colon. Slightly disturbing is this video which shows a colon after having been irrigated, filled with, yes, ugly and toxic-inducing worms, parasites. And make no mistake, these parasites are not our friends. Over 85% of the world's population is infected. So let's not feel too glibly that we are excluded. It's very likely that if we've got pets or we eat salads, that we too have worms in our system, and that is not good for us. So what is the alternative? What is the solution? HealthSil. So then the question remains, what is HealthSil? Once upon a time, long, long ago, lived a very special plant known as plankton, the best and purest of which could only be found in the pristine freshwater lakes. When these lakes dried up, it left the fossilized remains of these most enriched plants, also known as diatoms or diatomaceous earth. So we say that HealthSil is nature's abundant supply of health for you and your family. It is mined from 100% organic sources of fossilized freshwater phytoplankton. It's also known as human-grade diatomaceous earth, or DE, and now we can see it's finally available and approved as a health and food supplement in South Africa. Remember this, and it's important to remember this, there is no other equivalent on the market. And it is exclusively available from www.healthsite.co or one of our agents. People ask us, what does it look like? We say under a microscope, magnified 1,000 times. This particular photograph shows that it looks like honeycomb shells. In truth of fact, there are millions of different shapes and sizes of these diatoms. They're almost as hard as diamonds, and they come with jagged edges, quite sharp, and we'll see the advantages of that in a few moments. But of course, what does it really look like? Well, our little Sherlock Holmes here is adamant to find out, but that's what it is in the spoon. It's a grey, lightweight, superfine powder. That tub behind Sherlock there contains over 60 tablespoons full, and that is a full month's supply. How do we dose this product? Just mix 1 tablespoonful in the morning into a half a glass of water or juice or milk if you like. Use a small whiskey glass, and the product is rather tasteless. Some people put a teaspoon of honey in just to sweeten it, but that's the choice. For the first month, that's the dosage we recommend. Thereafter, we're talking about going on to a lifetime regimen of HealthSil, so you drop your maintenance dosage to 1 teaspoon in the morning and 1 teaspoon last thing at night. So remember that first thing in the morning and last thing at night is when you take your dose. And please, please, please remember to drink 8 glasses of water per day. Not only for this product, but for your overall good health. Let's ask the question what HealthSil does. In the following 4 slides, we're just going to very rapidly go through the different actions. So let's start with the killing of parasites action. Here, we see that the powder, and remember we said it was jagged, edged, it was hard, and as this substance now moves through your colon, it's literally killing everything in its path that's of a negative nature. So worms, parasites, their eggs, their larvae, all those nasty little things that's living in there, the HealthSil powder actually destroys them in a mechanical way. So there's no possibility that this could, or these parasites could build up a resistance to this product, because it's a mechanical slicing up, and of course you just eliminate that from your system. The second is what we call the scrubbing action, or cleaning action. What it does is, as it's doing the killing of the parasites, it's now also scrubbing the walls of your colon clean, leaving your hair-like receptors for nutrients, your nutrient receptors, available now to absorb all the nutrients and the minerals from your foods that you would normally not get from a clogged and coated colon. The next action we call the absorbing action. Now, by fluke, by design, by nature, this powder is negatively charged. What that means is that it will draw into itself, almost like a magnet, it will draw into itself that which is positively charged. We know that bacteria, pesticides, E. coli, poisons, viruses, heavy metals, all these toxins are positively charged. So the advantage of this now is that it sucks the poisons and toxins into itself, and you eliminate this from your body. The final and most exciting of all is the infusion action, because as the product tumbles and cascades down through your body, through your intestinal tract, what happens is that it infuses into your bloodstream, into your cells, silicon dioxide, and of course the 14 trace minerals. And we're going to see in a few minutes just how beneficial this is. Because as we've said earlier, that our foods, which should be giving us these elements, is no longer doing that. This is where we're going to get it from HealthSil. So let's now talk about the benefits. What are they? And as we go into the list of health benefits, you'll be wondering, and rightly so, as to how is it possible that one product could accomplish so much? In fact, there are over 1,500 well-known advantages and benefits to the human body by means of this human-grade diatomaceous earth. Now, we're going to recommend that you pause this at your convenience if you want to read all these advantages. All the benefits, one after the other here. Take them in and then use your imagination, because if it strengthens and toughens your nails, then that would extend, isn't it? Because to your hair and to every other collagen affected element in the body. There's another list. Now this list could go on and on and on, and we're not going to do that. But for the sake of this particular presentation, I'm sure there's enough benefits there for us to really be impressed with. Now, just very briefly, I'm going to slip through some of these benefits. It helps with teeth and gums due to the silicon dioxide action, which really builds collagen. Collagen builds bone, sinew, connective tissue, skin, hair. So really, the teeth and the gums are part of its beneficial effects. It's safe in pregnancy. In fact, it is recommended for pregnant women because it contains the calcium and all the other minerals that is essential for the fetus. It improves your eyesight. It helps with bone-related ailments like arthritis, gout, aching joints, backache. It helps to mend broken bones if you have a fracture. If you've had an implant in your hip, then or in any other part of your body, it helps to knit and strengthen, because that's what it does. It builds bone and strengthens bone. If you've got osteoporosis, and the list goes on and on and on. Vitally, it helps with blood-related ailments. It helps to clean the blood, as we said, get rid of parasites, but it also helps with your arteries and your veins because it makes them more flexible. It's one of the most effective methods of controlling your high blood pressure, and we'll see that in a few minutes' time. Cholesterol, it brings down, and it certainly, all of these things help with and any of the coronary heart diseases that plague us. We said earlier about the nails and the skin and the hair. Here are a few testimonials that you could read at your leisure. Charmaine Nail Spray. She says that before I started using HealthSil, I think this is a picture of her own nails. In fact, it is. She said, my fingernails used to be very brittle and broke easily with an uneven surface. Now you can see the picture. She's got beautiful fingernails. They're very hard, thick, growing very well, she says, and I believe it to be an indicator of good health. And certainly, if you see her testimonials on the website, she has suffered from quite a few terrible ailments which have now been repaired. So just like a factory that may have state-of-the-art machinery and a shiny new building is pretty useless without workers, so is the body without silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide knows what to do. It's the interpreter, it's the manager, it's the supervisor, if you will, in the body. And as the nutrients now come in, as the minerals come in, the vitamins come in, it is the silicon dioxide That's why it's an essential mineral. And that's why it's the dominant mineral in our bodies. It knows what to do, where to send it, and in what quantities. So let's see some testimonials from South African people close to you. We believe that the most persuasive argument anyone can present is actual results from other people using this product. And here are just a few taken from the hundreds found on our website and thousands found on the internet. Lynn Chambers in Cape Town talks about her vertigo, she talks about her arthritis, she talks about her blood pressure, she talks about her headaches. So read this at your leisure. Put your video on pause and just read Lynn Chambers. Quite an astounding result, and as she says, only in 10 days. Dawn Canal in Durban, she suffered from terrible high blood pressure, went on to 3 heavy forms of medication to control it, and if you read this, you'll see how she managed to cut out her medication altogether and has her high blood pressure now controlled purely because she's now on this HealthSil regimen. Janet van Aert in Barberton, her story is quite amazing, quite amazing. So read this, and then there are others on our website under the testimonials page. So with better health, we find that we are much happier, aren't we? We're more positive. Our frame of mind is better. We're more productive. We can get so much more done if we're in a healthy frame of mind and if our bodies can meet the occasion. We make better contributions to our families, to society at large, if we are healthier. And of course, we experience life more